Alrighty, hello everybody, and welcome back to Sparks' 2 key event presented by Joke. We are rolling right along this round of 16 weekend, almost officially in the back half of the weekend, and we have quite a show for you today. It is going to be our Seed 4 versus Seed 20. It's going to be Basil going against alemagno333 to see who will be continue on in the winner's bracket. As always, my name is Sparky, and I am joined in commentary booth once again by Sunny. Sunny, how you doing?
Hello, Sparky. Hello, everybody. It has been quite an insane journey. It's only been a triple header, and we have had some insane matches already. This will be the final match of this Saturday, UTC-wise. If you are on the more western side of the planet, will be, I think, having one or two more matches technically in your Saturday. But for UTC, this is the final match of Saturday, and unfortunately, or at least hopefully, we are missing one player, and hopefully they come online.
Yeah, hopefully. It's been unfortunate. I think Basil so far has been she's 1 for 1 on win by default. I think we were talking about this before we went live. The only win by default from last weekend as well. So alemagno not being here kind of puts a bit of a damper on things. But hopefully they are just running late. We had that instance happen a couple matches ago with Snow running late against their match with that no-name boy, and they managed to show up. So all is not lost. There is a 10-minute timer, of course, so we'll allow it to run its course and see if alemagno shows up. I'm willing to bet Basil would be down to play this match regardless of the time, because they haven't played a match yet, and they kind of want to show off what they're made of. I know she's been putting in the practice to be really good at this, and by golly, being the Seed 4, they're pretty good at this. And alemagno put up a pretty decent performance, getting the upset last weekend. I think one of the last lower-seeded players to win their match against their higher-seeded rival. So it'll be a bit of a shame to have this one go to win by default. But right now we'll kind of keep tabs here to the situation. I know you are a wonderful referee for this, so trying to get alemagno in here is of the utmost importance, but we'll see. You know, we could have gone into like predictions, what the bans would have been, what the picks could have been.
SV1.
Yeah, I feel like Basil was one of the few folks that would keep SV on the table at all costs, commits ridiculous amounts of time to learning these SVs, double times them for fun. It's kind of crazy.
Basil is pretty much one of those people that you see on, like, basically, like, in any game where you just give them anything, they can do it at a ridiculous, like, in a very ridiculous way. I'm pretty sure, if memory is not going to fail me here, because this was a while back, during SVSE2, those maps were wicked crazy, and I believe she S-ranked the tiebreaker in the finals on DT a certain later on down the line. But yeah, she definitely commits to charts is what definitely boils down to, especially when, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, her first time playing in a 1-key related tournament, a 1-key World Cup, I believe repping USAC, definitely being one of the powerhouses on that team to definitely pull that team into an absolute like, I'm pretty sure a top 10 seed, I think, if I recall the 1Q World Cup days.
Yeah,
she was definitely a big contributor to that cause.
For sure, and I mean it's just a shame that
yeah,
haven't seen them play all that often. So right now there's still what 5 minutes left on that timer.
Yeah, 5 minutes left. Still no signs from no signs from Alemagno. Pretty sad, but hopefully, hey, 5 minutes is still a lot of time. Surely.
Absolutely. I hope they didn't think it was tomorrow.
Oh my god! I mean, 23 UTC Saturday. Yeah, it could happen.
Something
But
like
it's just,
that.
it's very unfortunate, but I'm pretty sure every tournament has this kind of
Absolutely.
this kind of player where they make it to like quarters or like semis just based off of win by default. I know some tournaments that I have staffed/played in did go under that circumstance.
Yeah, it happens. I mean, to be fair, it's one of those where it's like it wouldn't be without merit. I feel like Basil would have been the heavy favorite going into both of her matches. So outside of that, I mean, it's just unfortunate because it leaves that what if of like, what if the opponent like caught her off guard and actually managed to pull one over? What would the score have been? But it is what it is, and there's still 4 minutes left as we wait for alemagno to make their appearance. I would offer to show match, but I am in this tournament, so we're not. You uninstalled this game.
Yeah, I refuse to install this game. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure. Unless maybe like alemagno like would come back online after like post match and maybe could offer like a show match just to kind of like see, but I have no idea.
We'll see. I mean, lots of variables, things that will happen behind the scenes away from the general live stream. If there will be a match, we'll try our best to show it, but it's one of those cases where it's like it could be like an ad hoc spur of the moment type thing, but
yeah, very unfortunate.
For sure. That being said, we can take a look at the schedule moving forward while we wait for these last couple of minutes to tick down. After this, we are going to take quite a bit of a lengthy break. We'll be back at 3 UTC. It's going to be a slate of losers bracket matches. It's going to be Glitchy taking on Prongle, then 5 UTC Astronian taking on Blobby 3000, and then again another very long break, and then we begin the big Sunday block of matches, 14, 15, 18 quadruple header at 18 UTC and 19 UTC to round it all off. A whole host of matches to try and round out this remaining bracket. As I mentioned, we're starting to say goodbye to some of the players in that losers bracket, so plenty of stakes ahead for those involved. And with 2 minutes
Basil.
Hey, don't take it out on yourself. You're already sick.
Yeah.
The blessing in disguise. You don't have to stress that much. Work on recovery. But I mean, get angry at your opponent, cool. But I mean, it is
60 seconds remain on the clock. It could be a Hail Mary. Maybe alemagno does show signs of life at the final minute, but who knows?
But is it busting through the doors like I'm here?
Yeah. It's like a I'm trying to like make a reference to something, but I can't think of what.
Yeah. Your guess is as good as mine with that, but as I mentioned, plenty of action to come here.
Yeah, and as 20 seconds remain on the clock, it does look like it looks like it's not going to happen, and it looks like Basil has punched their ticket into the winners quarterfinals to either verse Zubin or Sleepy Maddie next
Ooh.
weekend.
Now that is going to be a very exciting showdown, regardless of who wins that match. That is actually our last match of this weekend, Zubin versus Sleepy. So it'll be very interesting. Both those players very dedicated to showing up to their matches, regardless of what happens, or able to work with schedules, thankfully. So she'll always be able to play next weekend, which is good. So, alrighty. That will do it for us here. Unfortunate that it had to end this way, but congrats to Basil for showing up as half the battle, as they like to say.
There is this thing called a participation trophy. Expect that in the mail. Actually, wait. You might have to wait a while because Canada Post is currently on strike.
That's true. Yeah, that we'll put a pin on that, and we'll return to that later. But that being said, we will call it quits here. As I mentioned, we'll be back in a couple hours. 3 UTC will be Glitchy versus Prongle. Do not want to miss it. But until then, thanks you all for bearing with us.
Just before we head offline, I just want to say that since Alemagno is in the winner's bracket and has dropped into the loser's bracket, they will be versing either Astrodian or Blobby 3000 next weekend. So that will be that matchup in the loser's bracket. But for now, like you said, we are going to end off the stream now. We will be back in about 3 hours in about 3 hours at 3 UTC for that Glitchy versus Prongle match. You don't want to miss it, but for now, we have been Sparky and Sunny at Sparxe's 2 key event. We'll see you all next time.